Hey Winston, it was 60 degrees yesterday. And we have 4 inches of snow last night. It's melting pretty good, but it was, everything was covered pretty good at 4 o'clock this morning when I got up. What do you think of your first snow, buddy? I gotta clean the trailer off. I gotta go get some pipe this morning, and I don't need all this blowing off on cars going down the road. Winston, what do you think, buddy? You want a giant snowball? What do you think? No, we don't have to do this very often in North Carolina. I should probably not push it towards the ramp. Oh. Oh, now it won't move. There we go. Don't get muddy. Yep. I literally had the air conditioner on yesterday in the excavator. Not today. Does that mean, or I mean to you? Poor baby. Come here. Winston. Alright, so I went and got all the pipe this afternoon after the snow melted off some. I got a piece of 48 inch plastic pipe for a creek crossing I got to put in. And I got a 100-foot, well, about 90. I had a piece right here. I don't quite need 100 feet. So I had a piece here at the shop. And then 80 feet, picked that up. And ready to strap it down and take it to a project. And the siphon pipe. Got to do a siphon too. Got to put a new overflow in. About got a trailer full. All right, getting the pipe dropped off. Got a pond overflow that I have to put in. The owner's gonna help me put the siphon in this morning. He's driving over there with the smaller pieces, so we don't have to tote it so far. I'm gonna grab these 2 pieces of 20-foot sticks of 6 inch and take them over there. Got to put a new overflow in this pond. All right, siphon is full.
Actually, it's the stop.
There's a well, it's on the side over there.
I want you to confuse the next guy.
All right, let's get this capped up and go pull the plug out and watch the water gush out and watch me fall down the hill again. I've already done it once, so it won't be funny this time. Oh, okay.
I was thinking the same thing. That's the best part I can do.
Watching the water come gush out. Well, it's about to come gushing out right here. If I can get that out. There we go. The cap was about to fall out. There's the old overflow. There's a fair amount of water flowing out of that. And there's a fair amount of water flowing out of this here too. So that'll run. And I'll put this, actually I'll take it back up there. But that'll sit right there and start draining the pond down. Well, went and got a little bit of hay. And if you stack it on there just right, and the bales are just the right size, 5 bales, fits on the trailer perfect. And you don't even have to put a strap on it. I guess I could put, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 more on top, so that'd be 18 you could put on that trailer. That stuff doesn't look heavy, but it is. That's why I drove the other truck. Alright, well, let me get these unloaded. I think the cows want them. At least one of them. Hello, grass puppies. Oh, it's a muddy mess. We'll see how well they like it. Watch out, little Marcus. I prefer not to dump the bale on top of you. Elvis, really? Are you gonna go out the damn fence? Really? Alright, well, let me get him back in now. Come on, I got treats. Come on. Come on. Hey, Elvis. Oh, you're pissing me off now. Hey, look what I got. Look what I got. You don't get them unless you get back in the pen, though. Come on. Hey, peckerhead. Hey. Well, I got him lured back in here. Just had to go get the side-by-side because he knows that's the feed wagon. Well, I guess I'll dump some food over there next time. Normally they don't never run out. He gets so excited about some fresh hay, he won't walk out the gate. But that's the whole reason of having the whole farm fenced in. So when they do get out of the pasture, luckily they can't go but so far. I mean, yeah, they can get out and go all around here, but at least they can't actually leave the farm. I wish it would dry out enough where I could drag this, flatten it out a little bit. Oh well, I guess I'll just let it be for now. More rain tomorrow. I need to get in here and scrape all this out again. The screenings work good though. It's nice and dry under there. It's actually zesty. Alright, back to our scheduled programming here. That hay spear is nice. Best $300 ever spent. I really only use it just to unload the trailer and put it in the barn. Most of the time I just have the forks on here and I can scoop up one pretty easily. It's kind of not the most easiest thing to do this one-handed. So I stand those two up, or three on the bottom up, so I can stack the other ones on top and they don't try to roll out the wall there. Knock the wall out. That wouldn't be too good. I don't know if this thing can reach across or not. One way to find out, that'll kick me out of the mud over there. Might not go all the way across, but it'll be enough to grab it. Let's see. Oh yeah. I can kind of do this. Oh, that's got it. Grab it a little bit better. Perfect. So I got the the spring of last year. There's a farmer I can get it from. You bring a whole truck and trailer delivered. and get 22 bales. And I mean, I fed it. You don't need to really feed during the summer, but that's lasted me till right now, and I still had 5 bales left, so that's not too bad. I went and got 10 more just because he had it, and I shouldn't need any more for the year. I mean, for the winter. I'll push that up with the next one. Then when he does his first springtime cut, I'll get another truckload and store it for the summer and for this winter. Ooh, new parts. So I got a new coupler. Actually, I bought 2 of them. And this afternoon I'm going to fix that line that I had to tee in there the other day to pretty much make the job happen, so I could finish the job before the rain come in. So I'm going to stretch the boom out and take that line off and get my couplers put back in there. Alright, so pretty much I just screwed the valve back in, and then what did I do? Extend the hose down, new fitting right here, quick connect, and screwed the line that I had tied back into there. So now I can remove all this, leave the valve up here, and now we're going to go see and make sure that that was the problem. I mean, it had to be the problem. We're just going to make sure that that fixed it. And I bought a spare just in case. Alright. Moment of truth. That tilts that way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why didn't that fix it? So we got a problem somewhere in the valve then, or something. Oh boy. So I've got a problem somewhere between here. I wonder if it's that one. Of course, they didn't have one of those, knowing my luck. Well then, wonder if that one's gone bad. I got the flow cut on? Make sure I got the flow cut on. Yeah, that's off. That's off, I think. Yeah, that's on. Oh boy. Alright, so it's not that one, so it's got to be this one now. Oh boy. I don't have another one of those. Well, I do, but it was the same brand as that one. I can swap it out and try to put it on there and see what happens. Let's try. Alright, take 2. So I bought a set of that brand, and that's the other one is what I thought had failed, but evidently it was this one that has failed. I hope we're about to find out. Take 2. On the bright side, I did take that off, and for some reason something just told me to look up in that valve, and I'm not sure why it did, but it didn't need to, because I was looking up there and I turned the handle on, and guess what? Who didn't take the pressure off the machine? And yeah, all that just come blasting out. And luckily I had my sunglasses on, because it was directly at my left eyeball when I opened that valve up. So yeah, that's a hydraulic spray that ricocheted off my left eye. So didn't even get any in my eye, but had to wipe my sunglasses off for about 5 minutes. All right, take 2. So that one was the one that failed. All right, so now I need to go back to the hydraulic store and get 2 more of those. Isn't that something when you assume that the new one failed? Huh. Well, live and learn. All right, now I get to wash this thing. Well, it just got the water hose and the brush there, but it cleaned, got a lot of that mud cleaned off of it. That's what I want to do, is get all the mud splatter off, and I sprayed some stuff on there and got that hydraulic fluid off and all the ashes from the fire. So I'm gonna let this dry and take it back there to the back of the farm and take the grading bucket off. I don't need that to start with. On my next project is a good little ways away, so I'm not going to haul both of them together, just to kind of keep down on the weight and put the digging bucket back on. So when you find diesel fuel that's 40 cents a gallon cheaper than the fuel place you can get it delivered from, you stop by there with your truck every time you go by there and fill up. So I'm going to dump this in there, go get another tank full and fill up the excavator. So pretty much only got to drive like 6 miles and save $40 every tank full. Alright, I'm going to let that finish filling up. Fuel's about right there. And I'll go get another 100 gallons to dump in the excavator and have for the next project. Oh, now we'll fuel this up. And that way it's nice and full of fuel, ready to go on its next project in the next week. Taking it to a pond clearing project. Uh-oh. That will be the sound of me running out of fuel. Well, $50 in the truck and $165 in the off-road tank. We are ready to go. I'm gonna keep buying it while they have it for $1.79. So $165 worth of what it costs right now to fill up that tank to go to work for tomorrow.